We have to be positive.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're just gonna wait for about another 5 minutes to get the rest to join.
Okay.
So while waiting, we can chit chat.
Yeah.
We have Randy here from Sulawesi Utara, Manado. We have Ria here from Batam. I'm not sure where is Kesha from. But... Hi Kesha, where are you from? Okay, maybe she's not there. No problem. And we have Azuni from Kelantan, Malaysia. We have Sarah from KL. We have Azizul from KL. I think we already have both of our Dodge colleague from Singapore. Mr. Siraj and Mr. Kai.
Yeah, hi, good morning, everyone.
Siraj-san?
Yeah,
hi. Long time no see.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm working in front of your office.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because I moved to Paya.
I see. That's good.
Yeah, 3 months ago.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah. We should catch up soon over lunch.
Yes. Okay.
Selamat pagi, Don Nazwim. How are you, sir? I hope everyone is good, fine.
I think he went somewhere.
No problem.
Who went somewhere?
The voice is still there.
Okay, this is I think we have everyone here already. Almost everyone. Okay. Oh, there are more people coming. Okay. 2 more minutes, yeah? Okay.
Today, how many participants?
We have 1,000 people waiting to join, Mr. Ken. but I only let them joining a little bit. Now we have about 13 people.
13.
Yes.
And most of all are from Indonesia and Malaysia.
Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah. I hope some from Thailand will join soon.
Oh, Thailand.
We have someone from Myanmar registered.
Oh, Myanmar. Very.
Yeah, but I don't know whether he will join or not. He registered. I hope he bring the curry.
What?
Curry? Why curry? Myanmar curry.
I miss that curry.
Do you know Myanmar curry?
Yes, we had it in Osaka, remember?
Myanmar curry?
Was it Myanmar?
Yeah, I remember.
Yes. It's very nice. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm going to start in a few more seconds. All right. Assalamualaikum. Hi, konnichiwa. Good morning. Ohayo gozaimasu to everybody. Welcome everyone to Zoom Networking episode 23, exploring Kansai, Japan. First and foremost, let me introduce what is Zoom Networking all about. Zoom Networking was created during pandemic due to our interest to meet people still, even though during pandemic. We actually create this platform for us to networking with our clients, our partners, our friends throughout Southeast Asia. And the network has been expanded to Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand, Philippines, and Indonesia. So every time we have the session, we actually discuss more or less about business topic and the latest trending. Today, we have our special guest from Malaysia and Japan. We shall talk about exploring Kansai, Japan. Let me introduce our first guest, Mr. Kokuwa Kenichi, also known as Ken. He is from Japan. He is the Managing Director for Business Engine Asia. And then our second guest, Mr. Don Nazwim from Malaysia. He is the principal and co-founder of salamkansai.com. We welcome to both our special guests. They both will discuss and talk about the market in Kansai region. Many people wonder why Japan, and we, without wasting any time, let me have Mr. Ken to start his talk. Mr. Ken?
Okay. Can I start?
Yes, please.
Okay, then let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see?
Yes.
Okay, then let's get started. Today, I want to introduce you our business and some informations about Kansai region marketing situation. Okay, then let's get started. Okay, please let me introduce myself. I'm Managing Director of Business Engine Asia. The company is a Singapore subsidiary of marketing consulting company in Japan. The company has more than 120 years history in Japan. We established this Singapore office 2017 and has provided marketing solutions to Japanese companies who want to expand their business to ASEAN. And our marketing business area is such as research, branding, sales promotion, digital marketing, including e-commerce as well. And I personally have experiences in consumer marketing in Japan for more than 20 years. So I'd like to introduce about my business and some informations, consumer marketing in Japan, especially in Kansai. First of all, I have to explain about our company. The headquarter company is YRK and Corporation in Japan. We have more than 120 years history and providing marketing services to our customers. The customer companies mostly have consumer product in Japan, such as foods, drinks, cosmetics, and daily goods, apparel, consumer electronics as well. And some of our customers still need to expand their business to new countries. And I heard that some of companies already have business in China and US and Europe. So the next destination is Asian countries. So we decided to establish a branch company in Singapore. So my business area is actually whole Asian countries, especially Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Myanmar. And next, I already have experience marketing business in Asian countries for around 5 years. So I have some, working results. This is one of my working results. This is fruit jelly. I provided marketing services to Japanese food company. The food company is actually one of the most biggest fruit jelly company in Japan. And I run must buy campaign, Facebook managing, influencer promotion, and product sampling in Indonesia. Mainly in Jakarta. And second, this is an education project in Hong Kong for watch company, Japanese watch company. You know, the watch showcase in watch shop is very messy in these countries, Singapore, Hong Kong, China, India, Japan. So we create some rules to display the products and have education sessions in Hong Kong to the 5 countries. And third, this is the research working to consumer electronics company. And we researched about consumer marketing situation in 4 countries, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam, and report to them about how they sell consumer electronics, what is the most popular electronics shop in these countries, yeah, something like that. And we have just started to import Japanese health product. This is the brand Manda Koso. The Manda Koso is actually very popular in Japan. #1 planted-based fermented health food in Japan. And now we promote this brand in our own online shop and Facebook and Instagram. Actually, I created this online shop from Shopify system, and I'm managing this online shop now. I started last month. Yeah, so just started. And this is the one of case to find local insights. We have been experienced a lot of projects to find consumer insights for our clients in Japan. And so we want to apply how to find customer insights in Asian countries. This is the cases when we visited to Indonesian families' homes and research and interview, and we analyzed the insights. This is our history. The headquarter company established 1896. At that time, in Japan, our headquarter building is like this. So old style. And at that time, we provide mostly design works to Japan, how can I say, textile company, merchandise company. Because Osaka was famous for textile merchandise. And so Osaka have many textile merchandise companies at that time. And we started to provide design works to them. And now we have 2 branches, Tokyo and Osaka. And we also have logistics centers, studios, photo studios, and training facilities in Japan. And I hope everyone knows Pocari Sweat. Zaha-san, do you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pocari Sweat.
Yeah, this brand,
very famous.
Yeah, this brand design is actually our works. Yeah.
It is very famous design.
Yeah. Thank you. And these companies are our customers in Japan. And I contacted to them in Singapore. Some of companies I contacted. So let's start to overview of consumer market in Japan. At first, I want to explain about the retail market in Japan. First of all, department store. The reason why I start to explain about retail market from department store is because in Japan, the retail department store is a most highest level of retail market. The products are very reliable and expensive and exclusive brands as well. Now, department store market is decreasing actually. 58,000 million US dollar in annual, and this is decreasing 4.0% since 2017. The most famous department store is, Takashimaya, Isetan, Mitsukoshi, Daimao, and others regional stores. For example, Hankyu, Hanshin, and many stores. The mostly regional stores, group company of railway company, Hankyu also, Hanshin also. And second, supermarket. Supermarket market size is 122,000 million US dollar and 5,000 stores, more than 5,000 stores in the island. Like this, maybe everyone knows ION and Ito-Yokado. Ito-Yokado is a group company of 7-Eleven. So maybe you know 7-Eleven. And these two big company, Aeon and 7-Eleven, is actually GMS. GMS means general merchandise stores, and others are mostly food supermarket. Yeah, mostly regional companies. And third is convenience store. Convenience store market size is 113,000 million US dollar. And this market size is increasing. Now, over more than 56,000 stores in Japan. Yeah, this is very famous. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson. Zaha-san, 7-Eleven is not in Indonesia.
It has been closed.
Closed,
But yes.
Family Mart and Lawson have.
Yes, we have Lawson and also Family Mart in Indonesia, which is growing, and also Malaysia.
Malaysia have Family Mart.
Yes, it's growing tremendously.
Lawson? No Lawson in Malaysia.
No Lawson in Malaysia.
This company is actually big three, 7-Eleven, Lawson, and Family Mart. The store numbers of stores to 20,000, 14,000, and 16,000. So big three is actually shared the market size of maybe 95%. So very big three companies. And then consumer electronics store, the market size is 42,000 million US dollar. And store numbers of stores are 2,500. Like this. The big companies, Yamada, Big Camera, Edion, Yodobashi, Case Denki, and many. Mostly they have big stores, and I think the company, consumer electronics company, have two kinds of stores. The one is in the central city. For example, in Shinjuku, Osaka station, the Yodobashi camera in Osaka station is biggest Yodobashi camera here in Japan. And second type is local area. They have big stores besides big road, and many people coming by car. And home center. Home center market size is 31,000 million US dollar. And the number of stores 4,300. This home center is also very huge store. The company name is DCM Holdings and Kinds, Comedy, and many. They mostly have gardening and DIY goods, and home products such as furnitures and textiles, And last one, I have to explain about e-commerce market in Japan. E-commerce market is bigger than all other markets in Japan. The market size is 186,000 million US dollar, and increasing by year. Compared to 2017, plus 17%. And the major players are Amazon and Rakuten. These companies are B2C, business to consumer company. And others are ASKUL, Misumi, Monotaro, B2B companies, business to business. Yeah, actually the ASKUL is a group company of Kokuwa, and ASKUL provide stationaries or all goods which is needed in office. And Monotaro sells all products for construction, mainly construction site. And this is the market size history in Japan. And now to 2019, yeah, still increasing. And I want to compare the market size compared to ASEAN 6 countries. In 2015, the market size, e-commerce market size in ASEAN 6 countries are 32,000 million US dollar. And at the time, Japan market size is 32,000 million US dollar. And now, 2018, the ASEAN 6 market size much increased from 2015. And still Japanese market size is increasing. But you will see the market size differences from Japan and ASEAN 6 countries. And I wonder why ASEAN 6 countries e-commerce market is not so big. Now still increasing higher speed more than Japan. And this data is e-commerce population rate and internet user population rate. Actually, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, the e-commerce population rate and internet user population rate is not so different. That means, I think the difference is consumption amount in e-commerce market, yeah, between the two markets. And this is e-commerce market size and e-commerce rates for typical categories. I marked electric supply. The e-commerce rate is 32%. 32% means if the market size is 100 people, 32 people buy electronic supply from online. Yeah, so books, DVD, CD is as well 34%, and stationery 41% already moved to online. Yeah, purchasing. And This is the market size, retail market size, general retail market size by region in Japan. You know, the Tokyo is biggest city, biggest prefecture in Japan, and Kanto is including Tokyo. So Kanto is the biggest market, of course, 555,000 US dollar. But Kansai region is still have 248,000 US dollar. And this means Kansai have still have half of Kanto areas market size. And I want to show you the number of registered foreign companies by region. In Kanto, Kanto have foreign companies 2,385 foreign companies. But in Kansai, only 200 companies. So that means, I think it is one of the opportunity for expansion into Kansai region. And I want to show you one more data. Osaka GDP compared to countries in the world. Zaha-san, can you see the country names in screen?
Yes.
Cannot. Top one is, of course, United States.
United States, yes.
Yeah, and China and Japan.
China and Japan.
The third is Japan. And
yes.
Indonesia, 932.
Mm-hmm.
And below two is Kansai. Kansai market size is 795. Yes. It's not so different from Indonesia, actually.
Oh,
Kansai
right.
region. Kansai region.
It's the same as Indonesia.
Yeah, and I want to expand the details. Yeah, Kansai region is 755, and Osaka prefecture market size is 373. This is actually nearly equal to Australia. And Osaka City market size is 188. This is similar to Greece market size, but this is only one city.
Yes, only one city.
Yeah, only one city. So I think the GDP in Osaka is still, yeah, I think you can expect. And from now, I want to show you Osaka experience for Muslim. Yeah, actually last year, when is this? August?
October.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can see your muffler. Yeah, October. Yeah, when Zaha-san came to Osaka, I wanted to search restaurants for Muslim in Osaka. And this is one of data, halal certified restaurant in Osaka prefecture. The number is 17. But the 3 of them in airport. And the 3 is all noodles, soba noodle, udon noodles. And other city is also soba, one restaurant. And in Osaka city, others, they have 13 restaurants in Osaka City, halal certified restaurant in Osaka City, but the half of them is not Japanese food. Indian, Pakistan, Turkey, yeah, like that. I think if when Muslim people come to Osaka, of course they want to eat, they want to experience Japanese food.
Yes,
But,
ramen.
Yes, but this is the fact. Osaka City have only six halal certified restaurants. But compared to Tokyo, Tokyo have 86 halal restaurants. You know, the market size is half, but actually Osaka prefecture have only 6 Japanese halal restaurants. And for your information, Kyoto prefecture have only 21 halal restaurants. And this is one of most, sorry. Of course, this data is only for halal certified restaurant. So I think Muslim friendly restaurant is more. So this is the one of most popular Muslim friendly restaurant in Osaka. This is Matsuri. Matsuri means festival. Matsuri Japanese food restaurant. They have various kinds of Japanese food. Sushi, ramen, takoyaki, kushikatsu, and provide Muslim friendly.
And it's always fully booked.
Fully booked, yes, by Muslim. Yes. Zaha-san, have you been there?
No, we cannot go there. It was fully booked.
Fully booked. I see. And they also, they are selling some souvenirs in the restaurant. You can see the curry, Japanese curry in the picture. So you can buy and bring them to your country. And this is the very popular Kani Dorak restaurant, crab restaurant in Osaka. They mostly provide all crab menus. So yeah, I think it's not so difficult to accept for Muslim people. Only seafood, crab, and non-meat, and probably use only a little bit meating seasoning. Yeah, Zaha-san, do you like it? Crab.
It's very expensive.
Very
expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, very expensive. Yes. So it's not casual restaurant. Yeah, it's not casual actually. Yeah, because I cannot remember when I visit this restaurant before. I cannot remember. It's very expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky to eat there.
Yeah. So this is the last slide of my presentation. Thank you for listening. And I want to tell you, I think if you are interested in Osaka market, maybe you have a lot of opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Kesan.
Thank you. If you have any questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
If any of you have any question that you want to ask Ken-san, please.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can I ask for some?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Yes.
So we are talking about restaurants that are halal, but are there any convenience store that have a halal certificate in Japan?
Actually, no halal certificate convenience store, but some of convenience store have halal certificate certified products. Yes, products only.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? If anyone else have a further question, we can ask again later. Let's proceed to the next special guest from Malaysia, Mr. Don Nazwim. He will present about salamkansai.com. Please, Mr. Don.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, very good morning. Let me just share my page with everyone here so that we can start the presentation. Just 1 second. Okay, so I will share screen. Here we go. Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, very good morning. I will first say thank you very much, Ken-san, for your very detailed presentation. I have definitely learned one or more two things from your presentation this morning. I'd like to introduce our program that we have been running in Kansai for a little bit more than a year now, to begin with. It's called Salam Kansai. Salam Kansai is, sorry, okay. So Salam Kansai is was created together with the Kansai Economic Federation. And just for those who are not familiar with the Kansai region, what I have on screen here is how Kansai is being represented based on the definition by the Kankairen or the Kansai Economic Federation. As you can see, it includes several huge prefectures, which Ken has correctly pointed out just now. Osaka itself is bigger than New Zealand as a market. And we have also the cities of Kyoto and Kobe, which are traditionally historically important, significant cities in Japan. But more importantly, the Kobe and Osaka port area is one of the largest port areas that exports products, goods, and services outside from Japan to the world. I'll just share a little bit about the ABC platform that was created by the Kankeiren. The objective of the ASEA Business Creation Platform was actually to establish business or to kickstart business between Japanese companies and ASEAN companies. And basically, like what we have this morning about the with our networking session is a testament of the network that has been created from the ABC platform. And we hope that together with the Torch Group and these consistent networking sessions, we can continue to make, more programs such as this and benefit more people in this whole Japan and ASEAN region. That's just sharing about why ASEAN should really look to work together with Japanese companies, especially from the Kansai region, is also because in 2025, the Osaka Kansai Japan Expo, the World Expo, will be held. And as we know, the Osaka, Kobe, Kyoto region is one of the highest tourism destinations as far as Japan is concerned. I do understand that right now we are facing this corona pandemic, and it has affected tremendously the tourism industry. However, as I was mentioning to Ken-san before we started today, this is the best time to start because things are going to get better. But more importantly, relationships need to begin. Work needs to begin now if we are going to tap on the upsurge or the return of the tourism post-pandemic market. It is expected that post-COVID pandemic, the boost of tourism is going to be very huge, simply because people have been tired of not being able to travel. Am I not right, Mr. Zahasan?
We are so tired sitting at home.
And this is the website of the ABC platform. I just like to share here so that any of us who are viewing this right now should go and visit and get involved. And we can see what the programs are being created, what are being run. I see that our friend from Myanmar, Kun Zhao, is also here. He was also a member of the ABC platform from Myanmar. And we should continuously connect with each other and see how we can establish our connections for future profits. Okay, so back to Salam Kansai. Salam Kansai started with the series of the Kansai Halal Forum. The idea here is that Osaka and the greater Kansai region, as shown by Ken-san, lags behind the Tokyo metropolitan area as far as readiness for Muslim tourists. However, when we saw the data, the number of tourists, especially from ASEAN, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, specifically, and Thailand, that goes to Japan, the numbers between Osaka and Tokyo is not that different when it comes to leisure travelers. Business travelers, yes, probably more to Tokyo, but leisure travelers often tend to go to the Kansai region because of Kyoto and entertainment attractions in Osaka. The Osaka entertainment scene, when I say this, with theme parks and all that, like for example, early next year, the latest theme park within the Universal Studio universe, which is the Mario Brothers, will be open. So these are the kind of attractions that has always traditionally been attracting the younger set crowd and also families to come to Osaka. So the idea behind the Kansai Halal Forum was actually to support the Muslim-friendly traveler or the halal tourism industry within the Kansai region so that local Japanese companies could participate directly in the halal tourism ecosystem. This strategy was agreed upon and being promoted because in 5 years, or maybe now it's been expanded to 2026, the World Expo will be held in the Kansai region, and it was expected that there will be more than 20 million visitors specifically coming for the World Expo. And the infrastructure supporting the tourism in the Kansai region for Muslim travelers, so I mean, we're talking specifically for the halal industry right now, is, how do you say, ripe for growth. And we're talking about, I mean, the main big hotels might be in a position to capitalize on this. However, for the MICE industry, exhibitions and even local restaurants have always lamented that the number of participation or the share of the Muslim tourism dollar has not been big enough. Therefore, one of the strategies that we believe that could benefit the local businesses is by increasing the number of halal products that can be offered locally in Japan. As we saw in Ken's presentation in the last slide, the Matsuri restaurant, right at the bottom where there was the curry packets, that was actually one of our partner companies who OEM'd it for a Japanese company for local Japan sales. And this is the kind of business exploration that we feel has a huge growth potential, where local Japanese brand names and local Japanese offerings, even sweet snacks, ready-to-eat meals and all that, could be halal certified or at least be certified as Muslim friendly or identified as pork free or alcohol free, or I wouldn't go into the technical details right now, but as so that they could also share and increase their share for the halal tourism dollar. So we are not just talking about selling. Somebody just now had asked about what they call that, a convenience store, halal convenience store. That will be very difficult at this moment because the market is very small. However, we see that there are many inroads. For example, like the Matsuri restaurant itself has already taken the initiative to put up stands and corners to sell halal certified products or Muslim friendly products. We started the Kansai Halal Forum series last year in October. The first one was the introduction to halal in F&B, and this was done in the Kankeren office in Osaka. And we had 93 company participants, including the Kyoto University and the Osaka City Prefecture. And many of them were travel agents and hotel operators. And it was a very positive start to the series. And we were planning to follow it through with the introduction to halal tourism and the introduction to halal trade and certification. However, that had to be postponed because of the corona pandemic. So currently we are now preparing to do this in the introduction of halal tourism with a focus on halal tourism, recreation and MICE, because we will see an increased number of Muslim business travelers in this next few years in preparation for post-COVID. And then once COVID is lifted, the recreation tourism will increase. And we're planning to do this on the first quarter, and it will be online. And follow up in the second quarter is introduction to halal trade and certification. And we are hoping to actually do this physically in Japan. Just a little background of what we did in last year. We can share these slides if anybody would like to read through later. But more importantly, I'd just like to share about the program that we have done with the Kankeren, where we established the halal awareness within the Kankeren organization first. Because from what feedback that we had, the importance of halal tourism was very low initially, because it was not something traditional or even seen as lucrative before this. However, after we have seen the growth in the years before COVID, the number of tourists from Malaysia, Singapore, Thailand, Indonesia has warranted some of the even bigger brands in Japan to start to offer halal certified outlets. For example, the famous ramen shop in Osaka has now its own halal outlet, and Don Quixote has now have its own halal corner within Don Quixote. Yeah, and oops. And next is this is the overview. These numbers are quite old now. I only have until 2017. But this is the number of hotels and guest accommodations in the Kansai region. And as you can see, the numbers are huge. And the number of inbound tourists to Japan from Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore is almost the same. However, if you can see, I put Turkey here just to show where the growth potential is. There is a growth potential for Muslim tourists from the Middle East and also Central Asia who have yet been tapped. There's two things here. One of them, probably because Tokyo has always been the #1 region. But however, one of the key reasons behind the lack of participation from the MICE industry, which is for the business and conferences, is because of the infrastructure that needs to be set up. So therefore, officially the Kankeren has embarked in this program, and they're working together with us in wanting to increase the infrastructure to welcome foreign visitors, Muslim foreign visitors in Japan. So these are all boring stuff. I know it's sessions, but these are the important parts for us business people to capitalize on this market. Imagine from the numbers that I shared with you just now, if you could have just 1% of the number of hotels in Osaka or the accommodations in Osaka to have your product in their hotel room, that would be a wider distribution than even having one shop in Osaka, for example. And it is with that we created the Salam Kansai website, which is designed to be the gateway for Muslim-friendly tourism and Muslim-friendly guests to the Kansai region, for their references, for them to plan their activities, for them to identify local businesses or local establishments that have Muslim-friendly food, Muslim-friendly hotels, for example, facilities and events in the Kansai region. And we're working together very closely with the Kankeren and hopefully with Kensan as well to help grow and populate our website and web app, so that this will be the #1 reference site, the #1 app that when tourists from the ASEAN region, when they come to Malaysia, when they come to Kansai, this will be the app that guides them. And Salam Kansai literally means hello Kansai, and it's a language that is understood well within the Muslim community. So I just wanted to point out that while all of this is, these are plans, how do we participate in this? And this is where it's important. When there is a support by an organization as large as the Kankeren in the Kansai area, Kankeren is the Kansai Economic Federation. These are the guys who's part of organizing the World Expo in 2025. These are the guys who can actually help you connect with the local businesses. These are the guys that actually can help influence policy locally. So this is the time that we should use to, this is the problem with web seminars sounds, excuse me for the sound. Okay, this is the organization that we need to get connected to so that we can introduce our products. And the process of introducing products to Japan actually takes a lot of time. It is not easy to export products to Japan. The process is stringent, the requirements are stringent, but the results or the potential is very lucrative. With that, I'd like to just also share the other side of what we do, which is literally our main bread and butter, apart from the Kansai Halal Forum series, which is the Salam Kansai website. This is the new revamped website that will be launched in 2021. I'm just sharing this here with you guys so that you can just have a feel about it. And we are going to be populating it.
Hey, are you already shared it? Because it's the same.
Sorry?
You already shared the screen for Salam Kansai? Or are you still?
Can you see this? Oh,
no.
you've not seen this. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me just, sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
This is the new revamped Salam Kansai website. It will be launched in end of this month for 2021. And it's going to be in dual language, English and Japanese. And as you can see here, we have the hotels listings, restaurants, shopping, the attractions, and the events. And all this information will be populated with help from our friends and network, and try to, make this as the gateway of the access point for your products into Kansai. Again, I'll repeat that it takes a lot of time to get a product approved to be sold in Japan. So if you want to start, don't wait. You should start talking to Ken-san. I think he can walk you through the process as well. So what we have here is broken down also in the different prefectures of the Kansai region. We have here for 7 right now. And this is an example of how the restaurants will be listed in the website or in the app. And more importantly is the shopping function that has now been incorporated, because one of the information that we have managed to identify is that the growth of Muslim-friendly products, online shopping, the e-commerce segment of Muslim-friendly products in Japan has skyrocketed because of the coronavirus. More and more restaurants and shops, specialty shops, have started to offer services to deliver their products, online sales and stuff like that. And we see that this trend is going to continue. And eventually, when the number of tourists, or don't forget the number of students, start to come back, and then the tourists, and then the business community, we see that the e-commerce potential for Muslim products is going to be very high. We also have focuses on events, specific events, and these will also be areas where if your products are already in Japan, this is where you can start to supply your products to these events during the expositions and business meetings and all that. But more importantly as well is that we're quite proud now for our online blog. Our news and articles on things that's happening in the Kansai region is being updated regularly. And we see that these articles have actually been shared many times now from our Facebook platform. And we're currently trying to ramp up our Instagram platform so that it can actually reach to a wider audience. So how can you participate? This is the beauty about Salam Kansai. We're not just talking about the Japanese market, we're also talking about the ASEAN market. We should also use Salam Kansai as the gateway for Kansai-based companies, Kansai-based products, or Japanese products in general, to have access towards the ASEAN market. They can also start talking towards collaborations and OEM manufacturing processes and programs with Kansan, who is doing that service. And this kind of collaborations will then be highlighted in the Salam Kansai website and be shared for greater market penetration. I'm going to share with you one last slide, which is just an example of a current project that we are currently working on with a client. Just as an example of something that can be done, or even if you are interested in participating when this happens. It's called the Dapo Osaka. We're planning to set up the first halal culinary incubator in Japan. In preparation for the post-COVID recovery period of the Muslim-friendly tourism, we believe that the method of preparation for these tourists will be slightly different than how it was before, meaning that people will be less inclined to spend big because, from what our observations, businesses will be more risk averse and therefore they're more interested in spending small with quicker returns instead of heavy infrastructure investments as how it was done before. And as we know, Osaka is known as the kitchen of Japan. And that was one of the main reasons why we decided to choose Osaka as the location for Dapo Osaka. For those who are not familiar with the word Dapo, Dapo literally means kitchen. From our feedback that we have done in the Kansai region, the main question that we always get is that where do we get halal food or where do we get halal products? And setting up a shop in Japan is not cheap. Getting your products in from Indonesia, from Malaysia, from Singapore into Japan is not easy. So therefore, we believe that while we can assist in this process, what is demanding or the gap that is there that needs that could be filled is that by having a halal culinary incubator to promote and develop new micro brands in the Kansai region, especially in Osaka, that are halal specific. And together with the collaboration with Salam Kansai, Dapo Osaka can be used as a central kitchen, and the concept of ghost kitchens is growing in Japan right now, and we can reach the wider network within the Osaka and Kansai region through Salam Kansai platform. So the idea of this is that last year a lot of work we've put in towards Salam Kansai, and the whole of 2020 was a lot of work has been put into Dapo Osaka. We hope that we will be ready by the time of the World Expo in 2025, and we feel that we can fulfill the demand and the gap that is existing by creating more startups and more micro F&B operators in local areas. For example, by using Dapo Osaka, local cafes can actually outsource halal certified sandwiches, or they can produce halal certified sandwiches, for example, to add to their current product offerings, or they can also bypass the need of creating halal certified kitchens in their own setups, and they could actually use Dapur Osaka and then be trained at Dapur Osaka by halal F&B professionals who are certified, and how do you say, would not be as expensive if they do it personally themselves. So we have started together with one company called Brahim, who is a very well-known halal industry leader worldwide. They do industrial catering as well for airlines and hotels. And we're working towards creating specific startup menus so that local cafes could add these specific halal menus into their offerings in their own stores. So what Dapur Osaka was going to, how do you say, what's our competitive advantage is that number one, it will be a fully halal certified kitchen. And obviously number two, the local business network and ecosystem supported by Kankerin and Salam Kansai. But more importantly is the training and certification that can be done on site by qualified and professionals, qualified and certified professionals in Japan. We expect that from Dapur Osaka, there will be multiple revenue streams, which is obviously number one is the culinary incubator itself. But more importantly is, you can see here, Halal Cooking Studio. How many of you here are familiar with the ABC Cooking Studio in Japan and I think in Southeast Asia, there's a few now. Any of you that are familiar with that? No?
No,
Okay.
we are not.
It is now a big trend in Japan where people spend their time to go to a cooking studio. They sign up and it becomes like a group activity. They maybe on a Saturday they'll go and learn how to make pastry, or they'll do their kids' birthday party there or something like that. But anyway, the Halal Cooking Studio is a concept where local Japanese people, be it professionals or even amateurs, can come to the cooking studio in preset times to learn how to make simple halal recipes. And this will be very interesting because from our research, we see that local cafe operators have always wanted to add their product offerings on site, but didn't want to invest in the infrastructure required to get halal certification. So this is one of the ways that we could actually democratize the whole halal F&B industry by opening the halal kitchen for use, and also using the halal cooking studio to train and teach how to make new recipes and new menus. But more importantly, this is also where you can come in with your halal ingredient supply. For example, if we're going to teach how to make nasi lemak, nobody's going to make the sambal altogether from zero. You can supply your sambal from Singapore, from Indonesia, from Malaysia to Dapur Osaka. Have your products available there so that they can purchase it. Have your ingredients being sold there. So this whole objective is to serve this demand base, which we feel will grow tremendously, because we're not just talking about access to the halal ecosystem, but we're talking about creating a whole new setup scene which can use your ingredients, your products in their menus. And you could also use this to promote your new products and a way of entry into the Japanese market. So we're expecting to identify the location in the first quarter of next year. And we hope to market and launch by end of the year, 2021. Hopefully, the corona situation will subside by then, and we can expect a full-scale tourism rebound in the traditional winter touristic season of 2021. And yeah, this was an example of areas that we were looking at. This is a space in Kitahama, but obviously we had to pull this back because of the corona situation. But yeah, imagine chilling out in a space like this and having your products there. And this is the incubator studio where people can come, use the tabletops, use the kitchen, and produce and supply to local cafes, local hotels, and Airbnbs. And then with that, I think I've blabbered too much. Thank you very much for listening to me. I would welcome any questions, especially if there are any questions on the Salam Kansai web application and app. I'm here to answer any questions you have. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Don Nazwim, for a very interesting insight about Salam Kansai and also Dapo Osaka. It makes me wonder, what if there is it means that all people from Southeast Asia who can start business in Osaka already? If I am the one selling nasi lemak in Indonesia, or probably ayam penyet, I can actually go there and just bring my blueprint and start buying ingredients from your connection, right? Is that what you mean by Dapo Osaka? Oh, wait.
The idea is that this will facilitate that. For example, obviously for you to export your products from Indonesia over into Japan will take a lot of processes. However, that doesn't stop you from going down to Dapo Osaka, source local products.
Yes.
Source local products from the Japanese vendors, create your menu, and start selling in Japan.
Interesting.
There are several models in that. You can actually collaborate with local Japanese companies for your sales and distribution. Or you could also contract out to Dapo Osaka to manufacture and sell your menu. That is also an option.
Yes.
One of the examples is like the ready-to-eat food packages. These are, I'll just give an example. Ready-to-eat nasi lemak. I'll just give an example of nasi lemak because we've actually had a lot of requests for nasi lemak. For ready-to-eat nasi lemak, it is already being manufactured in Japan. Yeah, but obviously, you could supply it to local cafes, and they can be part of their menu. So say that if you have your frozen curry puffs that you're already manufacturing in Indonesia or in Singapore, since you have the recipe and all that, it can then be replicated and be created in Japan instead of paying shipping, going through the process and all that. It's about manufacturing over there as well. So it will be an easier point of entry to the market.
Yes. That is how easy it's going to be because, as you say, getting products to Japan is not to say tedious, but there is a lot of process that you need to go through. So for small business, they can actually go all over to Dapo Osaka and start create what they have and start selling immediately, right?
Correct. And because it's an incubator, You should look at this as how do you say an incubation process. Once you have established your market, once you have your own distribution, and eventually when you have a very huge order, I mean, by all means, you will have to set up your own central kitchen, or then shipping 2 containers a week may be an option. But until that happens, you can cut through all the processes and start incubating locally by using local products, local ingredients with your menu.
So, so basically, okay, and this is what I'm thinking, right? Fadil just now actually asked whether if there is any halal certified convenience store, correct, Fadil? I'm sure
Yes,
you asked
correct.
that question for a reason. That
Yes.
question means that are you from Indonesia as well?
Yes, I am
Or
from Indonesia.
yeah, so see, when people ask that question, it's simply because they are looking for halal products. So it means that Dapur Osaka can actually accommodate people who have products from Indonesia, Malaysia. It's as simple as if they are selling a sandwich or nasi lemak, as what Mr. Don say. And then what else? Probably kupat tahu or anything that is hard to get in Japan, but Dapur Osaka is the solution to these products.
Correct.
And then also, and then we can use Can company to connect us to Family Mart, to all these convenience stores.
Exactly.
Yes. Interesting.
The beauty here is that we already have Ken-san, who is established in Southeast Asia in bringing the Japanese products to Southeast Asia. Once we see that when things mature, don't be surprised when there will be local specialties. Let's just say I don't know. I'm just going to give an example that's not from Osaka. I'm just going to give an example of Tokyo banana again. Yeah. For example, it's just a matter of time if the market is right and if the push is there for Tokyo banana to be halal certified and to be distributed locally. You know, that's just an example. But imagine a local specialty that is then born because of this. I don't know, maybe halal Osaka mochi. I don't know. I mean, but something new can be started up from this. And the idea here is to create that startup ecosystem locally, because halal should not be seen just for Muslims. That's number one. That's the technical part of what we do. It's just like when we promote veganism or stuff like that. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle product. But it should also not just be targeted to the tourist population. It should be targeted for the masses. And how that's going to work is if it becomes mainstream, and it's going to take time. But as we can see now, I'll give an example of brands that like I still don't know if I pronounced this correctly. QP, the mayonnaise company.
Yeah, mayonnaise.
Yeah, they set up their plant in Malaysia specifically to cater for the Southeast Asian market. So that's their first halal certified plant. This is the kind of businesses that we should lead towards. However, under the current market and under the current situation, pushing for investments such as those may take time. What could be done initially is using this incubator to test local markets in Japan, and more importantly, for Japanese companies as well to test their menu, their products, and see whether the the ASEAN population can accept their product. So it becomes like a test site as well. That's why it's an incubator. I mean, imagine, let's just say, um, let's just say Japanese. Give me one Japanese product that I've not mentioned. Takoyaki, for example. Takoyaki is very popular here. Why is takoyaki popular? It was because of Aeon. Aeon started selling takoyaki a long time, and people didn't think two times about that. But maybe there's another product that they wanted to test the feedback of people in Southeast Asia. So they could create the menu and just put it at Dapur Osaka, and because it's a cafe as well, so it's a live testing. When the visitors come and eat that, they can see what is taste buds like and stuff like that. That's why it's not a straightforward cafe, but rather it's a incubator.
All right. Siraj, you have a question, Siraj?
Well, okay. My question is, I'm not sure if it was touched before because I was in and out of the session. So I apologize for that first. There was a lot of rave about Tokyo Olympics, halal and Tokyo Olympics. So, and if I'm not wrong, somewhere in June, they mentioned that the Tokyo Olympics will be postponed by a year to next year. So my question would be, first, is this on track? Secondly, is the demand for halal products just because of the Olympics, or is there still future after that? Because I've heard some people say, in and out, brother, you in and out, Olympics, angkat duit, jalan, you know? That's, I don't know, I'm really not very well versed in the Japanese market. So my question to both of our esteemed speakers, any one of them, I hope to get your insights. Thank you.
May I answer that, Ken? Can I answer that first? With regards to the Tokyo Olympics, is it on track? Nobody knows. It's been postponed by a year. We don't know. Even the World Expo in Dubai that's supposed to be held now is also postponed by a year. And yeah, but we can only hope and pray that looking at how things are with the vaccines and all that, things will get better soon. To answer your second part of your question, I think the whole focus on the Tokyo Olympics was, it's actually a blessing in disguise, because the whole focus and approach of it was wrong from the start. I know for a fact that here, at least, we were one of the more vocal commentators of that issue or that situation, where businesses think that they can just simply go in during the Tokyo Olympics, sell, get contract or something like that, and be out. That's not how you do business in Japan. Doing business in Japan is all about relationship first and foremost. For you to be able to be accepted as a brand that consumers trust takes a long time. And that's why it's really important to work with local Japanese counterparts or partners like Ken-san here, because there's certain things that that you could say, yeah, okay, we got a contract to do to supply to 3 contingents of the Olympics. Trust me, by the time that happens, your products just can't reach the site. There'll be hurdles along the way. I know for a fact that there were containers from Malaysia that was being sent for the Tokyo Olympics that's still in the docks because of documentation problems. Thank God it's been postponed. So is there a future after that? Obviously, yes. The only win that you could from from the Olympics. For example, if you go hit and run, it's probably catering contracts. But we should be looking into long-term, like the spillover effect after that. Especially tourism has been, how do you say, like a blue chip. It's been steady, growing year on year, and it's sustainable. Japan will always be like, you know, one of the top 3 destinations when it comes to ASEAN travel. And we think that that would be a more sustainable market to focus on. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you. It's very interesting to understand that Japanese is pushing real hard on halal industries, and I was told that even they have not really understand what is halal all about, because there's also a group of people believe is halal like a religion. So that's what I heard. But good that the government in overall understand the importance of the big halal market. So yes, knowing the fact that Olympic is not confirmed, but what happening for Kansai, which is beyond 2025. So along this way, let's say we have about another 5 years, right? 5 years of start expanding and growing. What is you advise us to go in as soon as possible. I can see the opportunity through the Dapur Osaka for food business. All right. How about products that where you can actually pack here in Southeast Asia? Is there any possibilities for us to go towards the Salam Kansai directory? Because you were saying that about the hotels and the restaurant.
Yeah. Yes, that's actually one of the mainstays of the Salam Kansai program, which is actually to provide a bigger market access to Japanese brands and products, especially in the Southeast Asian region. Why I didn't spend too much time explaining with regards to the Salam Kansai program just now was because I think it's a bit too technical, but that question sums it up. It's all about finding partners. So, for example, Ken-san has his network of Japanese companies, for example, in Japan. And hopefully through the Torch Group and this networking session, he will find more partners to work together with. Then the next step is actually maybe the manufacturing or the transfer of the manufacturing into Southeast Asia, maybe Indonesia or maybe Malaysia or something like that. Those steps are not, how do you say, overnight. There will be a lot of processes involved, and this is where Salam Kansai comes in to assist in that process because of the professionals that we have who are already, how do you say, established and experienced in these processes. For example, the OEMs of Japanese curry for Nishiki, if I'm not mistaken, the name of the brand, or the OEM of the curries for, oh dear, I forgot the brand right now. Zahasan, what's the name of the latest curry brand? I forgot. Slipped my mind. Sorry?
Muji.
Muji, yeah. Oh God. Of all the brands, I forget. Muji.
Yeah, Brahim support, no?
Correct.
Yeah, provide their products.
So these are the examples that we have done and we are looking at in the future. Because, for example, who would have thought that Muji would sell curry? Even I didn't think of that at first. But now, if you need to find halal food and you really don't know where to go, and for some reason you can't get onto Salam Kansai, you just need to go to Muji. And Muji is everywhere in Japan. And when you go to Muji, you will find curry that is halal certified being sold in Muji. So the idea is that eventually, who knows? Maybe maybe you can get a contract, or you could get in touch with somebody from Lawson and have Lawson halal curries on site. I mean, the ready-to-eat meals available in convenience stores in Japan is fantastic. You can go to Japan and just eat out of convenience stores. It's easy. It may not be as nice as a restaurant, but it's pretty good. So imagine if you sell, or if you can manufacture 1 or 2 SKUs for that market as well. That can also be something you look at. So yeah.
Zako-san, I want to tell you a few informations from my point of view.
All right.
Yeah. First, I think Osaka prefecture is going to be more global. Going to aim to global market, because Osaka have WOW Expo, and their political party is different from Tokyo. Yeah. Yes. They likely to be more global. So so that Osaka have we can have many opportunity. Yeah, this is one. And two, second is I think now Japan market is likely to adjust to food diversity. Yeah, food diversity is one of sustainable economic and one of SDGs. So yeah, many Japanese companies try to be more sustainable, more SDG adjustable company. So I think now I saw some news, big restaurant company release halal or non-meat,
vegan.
Yeah, vegan, for vegan, plant-based food. Yeah. So the food diversity market will be increased soon. That means Muslim-friendly foods or halal foods as well. I think so.
Yes.
Yes.
I've got a question actually. Okay. I just want to understand better about the conditions in Japan. So, for example, we understand, or the media always says that Japan is an aging population. And so, when we say diversity in food, stories, I think aging population is quite, they narrow down their selection of food due to health, or they are not willing to try something new. I'm not sure if Japan is, or Kansai, or whatever it is in Japan, I won't just narrow down to Kansai, but Japan as a whole, is it still a metropolis, where we have a lot of foreigners and things like this? Because this possibly could also help with the variety of food choices. So if I can sum it up, is the halal market for our food attractive for the non-Muslims in Japan?
Yes, it's a simple yes. While Japan is a aging population, Osaka itself is a very young city. Kansai as a region, yes. The outskirts like Wakayama and certain areas beyond Kyoto, those are rural areas. However, the I call it the tri-state of Kobe, Osaka, and Kyoto has a huge young population, not only because of the numbers is huge, but also because of migration. They have major universities, which then leads to major industries. But also, the Osaka region has one of the most vibrant startup ecosystems in Japan. And many tech companies actually set up shop in Osaka. Osaka is actually quite metropolitan in the sense that they've traditionally been very open, and they are currently attracting more foreign professionals to Osaka as well. So in terms of food diversity, yes, the future is definitely there. It's growing. But more importantly, don't be turned off by the aging population, because just by sheer numbers and GDP alone, there'll be plenty for us to explore.
Okay. I'm not sure where Zaha is, but okay. So any other questions, guys?
About we get someone to introduce themselves. I was so penasaran about Fadil. Fadil, bisa kenalin? Do you mind introduce yourself to us?
Oh yes, thank you very much. I'm sorry if there are a lot of noises. I'm outside currently.
Oh, no worries.
Okay, my name is Fadil. I am a backend programmer for a big data company in Indonesia.
Okay.
And actually, there are a thing that makes me curious. A lot of my colleagues and my friends are interested in moving and made a career in Japan. But the only thing that they are worries is the price of the food and the quantity of the stores and products that provide halal goods. So in Salam Kansai, we are talking a lot about halal foods that are restaurants or cafes, but about the goods that are being sold in convenience store, I think it's a big concern as well, because in Japan, convenience food it's also really popular, right? So it's one of my concern.
Ken?
Yeah. I want to know the detail. You are concerning about the product quality, right?
Yes, about the product that are being sold in the konbini, the halal foods.
Because
Stuff like instant food, like onigiri or instant food.
May I just butt in a little bit? I think it's a question of it's a chicken and egg situation. You know, if the demand is there, then the supply will be there. If the supply is not there, sometimes the demand will go for substitution, and you know they'll go for seafood and stuff like that. So this is where Dapo Osaka and Salam Kansai is trying to bridge that gap by making these products available online through Salam Kansai, and also with the promotion, then probably have the products available at select stores or even at Osaka itself in the future. So I think as far as supply is concerned, it will be there. Yes, granted, it's not there yet. For example, from our survey that we did in the Asakusa area, which is so-called to be like what the halal focus area in Tokyo, 4 convenience stores actually already have halal corners. So it is possible that in the near future we can have something like that in Osaka. But getting the supply will need to come from somewhere, and that's where we felt that Dapo Osaka could serve as a central kitchen to serve that demand gap.
I see. And I think I have one more thing to say about the growth of halal foods in Japan. Tourists actually, tourists have a big, how could I say, a big role in the growth of halal food, because the main consumers that are searching for halal food in Japan are actually coming from tourists. And the website is very good because I'm working in the big data company, and I know that social media is playing a very big role in spreading information. And what I want to know is how Salam Kansai can reach people in countries like Indonesia, because um, it's a very good information that maybe going to have a lot of impact.
Yes. When we launch, inshallah, end of this month, well, it's December now. So when we officially launch on the 1st of January, we would expect that we would contract out some contributors from the different ASEAN countries. So, for example, we'll have writers or contributors from Indonesia to put in articles in our blog, and that will be shared through the network, because that's how social media works. I mean, you can have all the information on the net, but if nobody shares it, it doesn't reach anyone. So we are already in talks with several candidates around the ASEAN countries to serve as influencers and also contributors to the Salam Kansai website. And this will hopefully how do you say, the word is tula. You can viral the articles and the information to the network in the specific countries. For example, we know how social media works, right? I mean, what I see on my Facebook is definitely not the same thing as what Zaha sees on his Facebook. Yes. Yeah, you don't want to come to my Facebook page. It's how do you say? It's a funny place, but yeah, I mean, once the content is created and through our network, we will share it out, and that will reach. And we want Salam Kansai to be the first point of reference for anybody before they go to the Osaka or Kansai region. Before they go, they'll go to Salam Kansai to plan where they're going to stay, where they're going to eat, what they're going to see, what events that they want to participate in. And imagine if your product is already there on Salam Kansai, then you would definitely get the benefit of it. I hope I answered the question.
Yes, Mr. Don, thank you very much for the questions. I hope that the egg and chicken situations is really going well for Salam
We
Kansai.
try. We try, and we're lucky that we have good friends in Japan as well. Ken-san has been a very, very good partner. And the Kansai Economic Federation has been supporting us very well as well. And hopefully, even if you feel that you'd like to share new products or your network, use Salam Kansai. I mean, right now we're always welcoming contributors, and yeah, talk to us.
Well, yes. Thank you, Don. Thank you, Fadil. I believe in the future, Fadil can actually contribute some of his secret data in Indonesia. Since he's doing the big data in Indonesia, I'm sure he knows how to connect us to our potential tourists to Osaka and potential Muslim tourists from Indonesia. Because in Indonesia, as far as I'm concerned, they like Japan, or they call it Jepang. So knowing the fact that Fadil is playing with all that data, maybe Mr. Don can actually call him in few moments to ask more. Yes, thank you, Fadil. You has been contribute a lot of insight as well. I hope everyone here have any other question you can ask. Randy, do you want to ask any question, Randy? Okay. Randy is from Indonesia as well. He said he was from Sulawesi Utara, Manado, yes. But maybe he's not there, no worries. Anything else that we can share? Ken, you want to share anything? Oh, yes, Siraj.
No, I'm just saying no. It's saying like, okay, bye-bye. I know, like, it's okay. So, I think all is
well,
good. Because we never want to take too much of our speakers' time, you know.
Yes,
they do this voluntarily because they believe in that cause. They're passionate about it, and they are very, very generous in sharing their knowledge and expertise. So again, for me, I just end off with from Tosh Group, I appreciate everything that you have done for this session, and hopefully we can follow up with our action plans, because all talk, see, this whole session is not useful until you put actions to it. Yeah. So over to you, Zaha.
Thank you. Yes, we are almost at the end of the show already. Thank you so much, Don. Thank you so much, Ken, for sharing your interesting insight. And thank you the rest who already participate. I hope we can get more soon in the future session. Yeah. Hopefully you all will keep on following us in ZoomNetWorking. So yes, if that's the case, I think I should conclude this session and hope to see everyone soon. So yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye.
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 Maybe Mr. Don and Mr. Ken, maybe you can just stay on screen for a while. We just have a short video feedback. I think that would be nice. And also Azuni, I think I also invited to join. But before that, maybe we can switch off our live on Facebook. Or can I do that? I can do that.
All right, Ken.
Thank you, Zaha.